morning. I'm a little late this morning. Sorry about that. We're over at the cemetery and walking around, feeding my crows, all that good stuff, right? So how's everybody doing out there? I feel revitalized, to say the least. I'm gonna put my earrings in. I don't know why I took them off. They must have been itchy or something. My black pearl earrings. Do you know what's so beneficial about black pearls? I wear them all the time. And when they get too full of energy, I'll lose one, right? Or it'll break, or there'll be something that goes on. So then I get another pair. So pearls represent emotion, right? So and they're connected with the ocean. So water, ocean, emotion, right? A lot of people are in tune with, crystals and that kind of a thing, but gemstones and other little amulets, so to speak, hold the same amount of medicinal spiritual power, right? So I chose black pearls because black repels negativity. So anytime you're using any kind of, onyx or any kind of darker color stone, it tends to repel negativity, right? And white is pure, but sometimes it can be a bit of a magnet, right? So I got my black pearl earrings on, and I'm ready for this day. So we have a full moon. Now, for me, this full moon has been very supportive. It's boosted my energy. It's in Scorpio. So I'm going to talk about what that's going to do, though, on a grander scale. But for me, I've enjoyed this. Tomorrow was the full moon. It sometime 4:23 or something in the morning. But the thing of it is, it's not just a one-day thing. We could feel it, about 5 days prior. Maybe we could feel our energy starting to, rejuvenate, or normally when I'm done with the day, I'm done. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything, but I found myself getting out and running some errands and being more determined and enthusiastic with the energy the universe is providing. So I'm hoping that you're getting the same energetic boost that I have. But this gets interesting because tomorrow, the full moon in Scorpio is all about revealing secrets and hidden influences and that kind of a thing. Now, if you don't notice anything going on, or any big reveals, tomorrow, we're all gonna sit around and stare, what does it mean, watch it. These things will start to unfold and be revealed over the next 5 to 7 days. So perhaps it's exposed in the time of the full moon, and it takes a while for it to leak out, all right? So this time there's going to be a bigger emphasis on governments and world leaders and that kind of a thing. So that should get interesting. It's also influencing the financial markets and the financial district. So with that, it'll be interesting to watch the stock market tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what all is transpiring with this. But with Saturn in Aquarius, it will remain there till March of, I can't remember what day, maybe the 17th or something of 2023. So this is a short Saturn cycle. But with Saturn in Aquarius, it doesn't matter, what comes out Aquarius is there to level the playing field and to make things fair. So, so Saturn working with Aquarius is a humanitarian, energetic dynamic, right? So if something looks shaky or whatever, it's like, well, you know, depend on whatever it is that's revealed and exposed or whatever, depend on Aquarius and Saturn to be part of the mix here to make things fair and balanced. So, I mean, to me it feels like a win-win. I don't know. It probably does to you as well. And then, on Tuesday, Pluto is going to go retrograde, and this is going to go on for a while, and you'll have to forgive me. I'll put it in the comments, but I can't remember how many months this is going to be active. But Pluto is kind of the planet of, it can be of disruption or destruction, or it can be in connection with the Lilith moon, you know, people expiring or people transcending out of their soul cage and back into their spiritual form. But this is also a bigger influence on government, because Pluto has been in Capricorn, and Capricorn, as I've said before, Capricorn takes no prisoners. So, so it'll be interesting to watch the powers that be over the next few months, starting with the launch pad date of tomorrow with the full moon and what is revealed at that time with Scorpio. So, that's what's going on, like this week, as far as, you know, planetary trends and how, and whether you really follow it or not, it doesn't make really much difference. But what we want to be mindful of is the moon cycles everybody experiences. So our animals, our friends, our family members, ourselves, we are made up of like 80-something% fluid, right? So when the moon is full, it's going to affect us in the same way it affects the ocean, it affects the tides. So we're going to feel either a sense of energetic surges, which are always nice, especially if we've not been very inspired, you know, with the recent events or things that are going on in your personal life and so on and so forth. So full moons are good. Sometimes full moons can be a little overwhelming, and we're downloading data, and so we can feel fatigued. That's perfectly fine as well. That's a good thing. So, however the tides are influencing your system, go with it. Embrace it. If you feel inspired to give your house a real good scrub, you know, spring cleaning, you know, harness that energy and utilize it. If you feel like laying still and, you know, watch, you know, going into a Netflix binge and ending up napping it out, that's all good too, because this is a healing moon in many ways, shapes, and forms. And we will sense or observe big shifts with the powers that be, and maybe going, wow, I never thought they were like that. Or I invested so much support into this person to find that they were maybe not who we thought we were. So that's a kind of exposure that can either be helpful or it can be, what's the word I'm searching for? Disappointing, you know. But we shouldn't be investing so much of our pride and our energy and our focus into these self-appointed, or supposedly they were appointed, you know, through voting or whatever, but we shouldn't be investing so much energy into these types, right? The savior, oh, they're going to come in and they're going to make things better and fix things. Because history will prove that that's not really what the agenda is, right? So we need to invest more of our love and energy and support into our communities. That's where we need to go. We need to start here, and we need to build our own little bubbles and integrate, you know, for our greater good. So, all right. Yeah, this Pluto retrograde, that's going to be interesting. So, and like I said, I'll put it in the comments, like, when that finally ends. But it's going to be active, and it's going to be a real roll up your sleeves and get things done. And maybe not in the way we thought that it would go. So, all right, that's why I always remind people, you know, where are you investing your time and your energy? You know, let's narrow the scope and start to focus on our own communities and how we can contribute to or support that orbit, right? So, okay. So I want to talk to you about somebody that I worked with this week that I found to be extremely amazing. I'm not going to say his name, but he's an amputee who has been through all kinds of challenges, and yet he still has the focus and the fortitude to move forward and to repair his life, any mistakes that he made because he had been in trouble. So, and I don't think he realized until I pointed it out to him, not that I'm like some big guru or anything, it's just sometimes it just, you know, a second opinion or an influence from a stranger that can help you see things that you weren't aware of within yourself. But he's only hit the tip of the iceberg of how his misfortunes and his setbacks and his, you know, wounds and challenges were all a part of a bigger picture for him. To serve his community and to grow and develop and help others. And I mean, I just found him so incredible. I think that he downloaded probably about 90% of the message. You know, I think he was very open and very clear to it. And one of the segments of our session was about disabilities. I'm choosing my words real carefully because I don't want to spill the beans about who he is, because that's very private, right? But I want to share the amazing resources that I discovered by working with him. So you know, bear with me here. Somebody made a big mistake with the Disabilities Act, and if he was exposed to that here in our little geographic region, you can only imagine how much of this is prominent here. Supposedly the greatest country in the on the earth, right? So we're told, right? So if this was something that was so prevalent here in this region, can you imagine how this is, what's going on, and how this is affecting the entire nation or the entire globe, right? Get in a car accident, you lose a limb, no fault of your own, and you rebuild your life to the best of your ability, and only to have, see, I'm being real careful so I don't tip my hand as to who it is in that. So, but I was so excited about the encounter I had with him and how breathtaking it was, and how determined he is, that I wanted to share, like, about him. So, but now I lost my train of thought for a minute. And you know, I just want to make it clear, you know, this person was no angel. You know, there are all of these chain of events that transpired, right? From the accident to him losing loved ones and family members. And I mean, this guy had just a bag of shit thrown at him, and he didn't initially respond to it very well, right? Because when we're hurting, we don't always behave, you know, or portray ourselves in the best possible light, right? We just don't, I know. And I can say, just such a smaller scale, like when I was going through, like back in 2012 and 13 and 14 and, you know, actually 2010, who cares, whatever. When I was going through this cycle of being the caregiver, you know, the POA health and financial for my mother, I know, and she passed away in 2014. I know I was not putting my best foot forward. I know that I was tired. I know I wasn't feeling well. I know that I was grumpy. I know that I was frustrated. And there may have been some people within my orbit that had a real nice observation or a nice dish of that, right, sent in their direction. You know, it's possible because we're human. But for him, like I said, you know, he was no angel. But this turning point and the growth and development and emotional maturity, I guess, that he has moved towards, right, and has embraced, made me proud to meet someone like that. It made me very proud. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was not being ashamed of being vulnerable. I think that so many people, when they hit a point in their life, or they feel like things are crumbling, or they feel like they're on a rocky or a foundation of quicksand as opposed to concrete, right? Because we all go through these waves and we've all experienced them. Sometimes it's easier for us to puff up or, you know, show our muscle, right? As opposed to because it's pride or it's fear or emotional disturbance that, you know, we can't wrap our brain around. So it's easier, or maybe it's a knee-jerk reaction to respond with either a wall or aggression or something, and it's okay, but it's not doing us any good. It just, you know, continues to create more havoc and, you know, emotional duress and that kind of a thing right here in our gut, you know. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how valuable it is to embrace your vulnerability when you feel vulnerable, and to share that with people you trust, and stay on point with it, because it's easy to go, well, they made me feel like this, or they made me do that, you know, but nobody has power over the way you respond. You know, that's all within us, and it takes practice and perseverance to maintain your truth, or to keep that in the conscious mind when the subconscious mind is responding all over the place. Oh, this is cute. Here, you might see. Watch her little tail. I thought she would. She just took a cruise by Miss Mingya, my kitty. She just woke up because I'm talking, so she's like, maybe I'm giving her a headache. I don't know. She's gonna skip out of here. So she's so cute. But, you know, embracing that sense of vulnerability and loving yourself for that and supporting that it's nothing to be ashamed of or nothing to be embarrassed about. In fact, I think it's good for us to express that. There's a fine line, though, that we have to be mindful of, in the respect of, okay, are we sharing our vulnerability, or are we using it as a tool to get attention? And that takes practice too. You know, I meet people that their wounds, like, they find comfort in their wounds, and they talk about them a lot because that's what they know, and maybe the anger is there. They want to demonize that person or that situation, and then the needle gets stuck on the record. That's not good. Who wants to listen to that? We don't want to listen to it coming out of our own mouths, really. But finding that gentle balance between when we feel vulnerable and, right, and not playing the victim with what we bring voice to. Because we have a lot of power. We do. A lot more power than we give ourselves credit for. You know, so it's okay to be vulnerable. It's nothing to be ashamed about or embarrassed about. And my goodness, if this past year hasn't given us a laundry list of things that make us feel vulnerable, I don't know what will or what has. So that's kind of where I was at with it this morning. I did, like I said, I had a great walk. I had a great walk with the puppies, and it was cold. I had my parka on. That thing needs to get to the dry cleaners, and I keep thinking, let's just push it through. You know, rumor has it this next week is going to be just, I don't know, so much more conducive to spring, like in a couple days, even summer-like weather, which creates a major improvement in everybody's psyche, right? So, but yeah, that's what I was kind of kicking around when I was walking around this morning with the girls. Are you coming in here, kitty? Come on. She said, yeah, I think she went to get a drink of water. So how are you guys going out, doing out there? I'm witnessing a lot of people that are, I'm watching them exhale, and they sense some type of security with either the steps that they've taken with their health or whatever the case may be. And everybody's just, chomping at the bit to get with their loved ones again, their friends, and, and interact and exchange love and energy. And I know it's just like, it's been long enough and we're all just sick of it, right? I'm going to be heading out to Los Angeles next month, and I'm really looking forward to seeing my son and his girlfriend in their home. And so as much as I feel like I want to, integrate into my community, as much as I miss my friends and my loved ones, I'm still just a little off with it. And it'll seem like a good idea, and then I'm like, I just want to get out there and get back, right? In one piece. Like, I wanted to go last year. Come on, Mom. And the circumstances just didn't allow me to go. And they've been in their home now like almost a year and a half. So I don't know. You get my drift anyway. So I don't want anything coming into the picture to influence my opportunity or to mess it up, right? So I'm a little bit more on edge than normal, I guess, with that. In either case, I hope you guys are doing well. It does feel like there may be a little light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a freight train, We're coming into spring. So I just wanted to check in with you guys this morning, because I'm a slob this morning, and just send love and support in your direction. And the sky's blue today. It's cold, but it's like not that bad. That's always helpful. And just trying to remain level, right? Okay, here she comes. Can you see it? Oh, she's gonna run away. I was gonna grab her and put her up to the camera, but she's like, no, I don't want to. I'm having a bad hair day. So, but yeah, I just wanted to pop in and give you a little uptick, kind of get you through the week. Okay, here she comes again. You might see her tail. Come here. Come on here. Come on. Come here. She's like, no, when it's on my terms, right? But you don't live to be 21 years old without having some terms and conditions when you're a cat. Isn't that true? Come on. I know it. Scout, come here. Here. You don't need to complain. Can you say hi? Look at those little pudding paws. Those little pudding paws. Scout, come on up. Come on. Just little pudding paws. These little pudding paws. Meow, meow, meow. Look at her. She's like, I'm using you for now, Mommy. That gets her to split, usually. She's like, I've had enough of that. Scout, come here. Come and say hi. Come on. Come here. Come on up here. Come here. Can you say hi to everybody? Say, oh, you're nice and relaxed because we got a nice walk. And she's keeping an eye on her kitty and making sure her kitty is okay. She's always, come here, no, come on, come here, come on. She's always concerned about her kitty. You know, she wants to make sure everything is okay with her because she worries. Don't you? Don't you worry. No, not Tuck. Oh, Tuck, that's a girl. So I'll tap my chest and I'll tell her to tuck, and she'll tuck her head in my chest and give me some love and some cozies, you know. So I know we got a little smile. Yeah. They got a bath this past week. Oh my goodness. And her cute little bandana she's been wearing. She loves going to get groomed. So it feels good to her and to her sister. Plus they look amazing. She's so happy. Anyway. Alrighty. I think that's all I had to say. I wanted to make sure these guys said hi to you. I know everybody must wonder why I even bother wearing black, right? Why do I bother with these guys? But, yeah, they're a part of my support system. So, when I'm all tapped out, they fill my gas tank or my reservoir back up again, right? Yes. So, okay. Somebody told me the other day when they met Scout, they said, I feel like I'm meeting a movie star. Huh. I feel like I'm meeting a movie star. She's so sweet. Anyway, all right. Well, I won't keep you. You probably got stuff to do. I really don't, other than my column. But anyways, I wanted to check in and wanted to send you some love and support, and make sure everybody's doing okay. Understand how the moon may be influencing the way your heart and your mind is connecting and operating, and give yourself a little credit. Just give yourself a little gentle hug, a pat on the back. You know, if you're one like me, this particular full moon is really energizing me. I've been having a lot of dreams and I've been receiving a lot of data. So, you know, I'm just going to harness it. I'm going to throw a leg over it and ride it, right? So, okay, you guys, enjoy your day. Stay well. Stay well up here. Don't entangle in crazy, right? Don't take the bait. There are people out there that they have made that their job now, is to get you to take the bait, and then they steal and you tangle into it and you start you know, dialoguing with that, and, you know, clash and trying to see or show them your side or why you feel the way you do. And there are people out there right now, they have trained themselves in subconsciously or consciously into stealing your precious resources by battling with you. You know, I have nothing but empathy for these people, because somewhere they lost sight of what's important to them, right? They have lost sight. And so this is how they fuel their narcissistic supply or whatever it is by gaslighting you, you know. And our resources are precious and valuable, and we don't want to spend them foolishly, right? We want to maintain them for our immune system and our mental wellness, because wellness is not just the physical body and what cooties you may have been exposed to. Wellness is a balance of the mind, body, and spirit, right? And if you need all the resources that you have to, maintain a healthy mind, body, spirit connection. So we can't engage in any resource thieves, right? We just can't. I mean, it's kind of funny when you think about it. I like that. It came out of the clear blue. Resource thieves. No. We don't want to do that. So, all right. Okay, I said I was going like a couple times now, but this time I really am. And I want you guys to, start the week off with this empowering full moon and, download that energetic surge and use it to your greatest good. Let's harness it up. So, okay, with that said, all right, stay well here. Stay well here. Make that connection. I love you guys. I'm sending you as much love and support as my heart can manufacture, and I want you to receive it because it's authentic. All right? Okay, here we go. Mind, body, spirit. Love to you. See you next week, 11/11, Sunday morning, Spiritual Pep Talk. All right, take care.